The mining station on Kepler 442b hummed with the constant sound of extraction machinery. Jake Morrison wiped sweat from his forehead as he adjusted the drill settings for the third time that morning. The red dust of the alien planet seemed to coat everything, including his lungs despite the air filters. He had been working the mines for 2 years now, ever since the colony ships arrived. Earth was dying and humanity needed resources. Places like this distant world offered hope, even if the work was backbreaking and dangerous. A shadow fell across his workstation. Jake looked up to see Commander Lisa Rodriguez approaching with someone he had never seen before. The stranger was tall, easily 6 feet with pale blue skin that seemed to shimmer in the artificial light. Her hair was white as fresh snow, falling in waves past her shoulders. Most striking were her eyes, a deep violet color that seemed to hold starlight. "Morrison, meet Zara," Rodriguez said, her voice carrying the usual military crispness. "She will be working with your team starting today." Jake stared openly. He had heard rumors about the Altarians, the alien species that had made contact with humanity 5 years ago. They were advanced, peaceful, and had offered to help with the colonization efforts. But seeing one in person was different. She was beautiful in a way that made his chest tight. "Hello, Jake," Zara said, her voice carrying a musical quality. "I look forward to working with you." Her accent was strange, like she was speaking through water, but her English was perfect. Jake realized he was still staring and quickly looked away. "Yeah, sure. Welcome to the team," he mumbled. Over the following weeks, Jake found himself drawn to Zara in ways he did not understand. She was incredibly strong, able to lift equipment that took 2 humans to move. Her knowledge of geology and mining techniques surpassed anyone on the station. But it was more than her abilities that fascinated him. She would sit alone during break times, looking out at the alien landscape through the observation windows. Sometimes Jake caught her humming melodies that seemed to come from another world entirely. When the other miners made jokes about her appearance or her species, she would smile sadly but never respond with anger. One evening, Jake found her in the observation deck after his shift. The binary suns were setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. Zara stood silently, her violet eyes reflecting the distant light. "Beautiful sunset," Jake said, joining her at the window. "On Altair Prime we have 3 suns," she replied softly. "The sunsets last for hours and turn the entire sky silver. Do you miss it home, I mean?" Zara was quiet for a long moment. "My people sent me here to learn about humans, to understand your species better. But sometimes I wonder if I understand myself anymore." Jake studied her profile. "What do you mean? Your people fascinate me. You are so fragile, so short-lived, yet you accomplish incredible things. You feel emotions so deeply that they consume you. My people are logical, controlled. We live for centuries and rarely experience what you call passion." She turned to look at him and Jake felt his breath catch. "Until I came here. Until I met humans like you." The next few months brought them closer together. Jake began staying after his shifts to talk with Zara. She told him stories of her homeworld, of crystal cities that reached into purple skies and oceans that sang with the voices of creatures beyond imagination. He shared tales of Earth, of blue oceans and green forests, of the simple pleasures of human life. Their friendship deepened when disaster struck the mining station. A massive dust storm, larger than any they had experienced, engulfed the facility. The main power grid failed and several sections lost life support. In the chaos, Jake became trapped in a collapsed tunnel with 2 other miners. As oxygen ran low and rescue seemed impossible, Zara appeared. Her alien physiology allowed her to navigate the unstable debris where humans could not. She worked for hours, moving rocks that should have been impossible for anyone to lift, creating a path to safety. When Jake was finally pulled free, barely conscious, the first face he saw was hers. Tears ran down her blue cheeks, something he had never seen from any Altarian. "I thought I had lost you," she whispered. In the medical bay later, as Jake recovered, Zara sat beside his bed. The other miners had gone, leaving them alone under the harsh fluorescent lights. "Why did you risk your life for me?" Jake asked. Zara looked at her hands. "Because somewhere between learning about humans and working beside you, I stopped being just an observer. I started feeling things my people say are weaknesses. Fear, when you were in danger. Joy when you laugh at my attempts to understand your humor. And something else. Something I do not have words for in my language." "Love," Jake said quietly. "Yes, love." She met his eyes. I know it is impossible. We are different species from different worlds. My people would not understand. Yours might not either. Jake reached for her hand. Her skin was cool but soft. I do not care what anyone else thinks. She pulled away gently. But I must return to Altair Prime soon. My mission here is nearly complete. Then stay. Choose to stay. It is not that simple. My people expect a report. They have plans for further cooperation with humanity. I have responsibilities. Jake felt his heart breaking. And what about what you want? What about what we could have? The tears returned to her eyes. What I want and what I must do are different things. 2 weeks later, the transport ship from Altair Prime arrived. Jake watched from the observation deck as the sleek silver vessel landed in the station's docking bay. His chest felt hollow. Zara found him there as evening fell. She was dressed in the flowing robes of her people, no longer wearing the practical mining clothes she had adopted during her time on the station. She looked like the alien she was, beautiful and distant. I came to say goodbye, she said. So this is it. Then it is over. She stood beside him, looking out at the alien landscape they had shared for so many months. My transport leaves in the morning. I will file my report with the Council of Altair Prime. They will be pleased with what I have learned about humanity. And what did you learn? That humans are capable of incredible things, that you form bonds that transcend logic, that love is not a weakness but a strength that drives you to greatness. She paused. And that I am no longer entirely Altarian. Jake turned to face her. What are you saying? I am saying that I have filed a request to remain on this world. To continue studying humanity. Her violet eyes met his. To continue learning what it means to feel human emotions. And they approved it. She smiled. The first genuine smile he had seen from her in weeks. They did not approve. They said I had been compromised by human contact. That I needed to return home to be restored to proper Altarian thinking. Jake's heart sank. So you are leaving? No. She reached for his hand. I am choosing to stay. I am choosing you, Jake Morrison. I am choosing this life even if it means I can never go home again. He stared at her in disbelief. You would give up everything for me for this. My people live for centuries, but they never truly live. They exist in perfect order and logic, but they never feel the things that make existence meaningful. In 1 year with you, I have experienced more joy and pain and wonder than in 50 years on Altair Prime. She stepped closer, her cool hand touching his cheek. You showed me what it means to be alive. How could I choose anything else? Jake pulled her into his arms, feeling the solid reality of her against him. She was alien, different in ways that might never make complete sense, but she was also the most human person he had ever known. The other miners, the colony administrators, they might not accept us, he said. Then we will make them understand. We will show them that love transcends species, that connection is possible between any two beings who choose to find it. Outside the observation window, the binary suns set in their daily dance of light and shadow. Inside, two beings from different worlds held each other and chose love over logic, connection over convention. Zara never boarded the transport ship. She sent a message to Altair Prime explaining her decision, knowing it meant exile from her people. But as she watched Jake work the mines each day, as she learned to laugh at human jokes and cry at human sorrows, she knew she had made the right choice. She was not human, but she had chosen to become something new, something between worlds. She had chosen love, and in doing so had chosen the most human thing of all.